back to Gay 2K. I am Sarah, and I am joined by John Paul and Alex, and we're
Hi, buddy.
resuming our talk about reality TV.
Yes, reality TV, my favorite thing because I like to keep it real. Last time we talked about just our favorite LGBTQ reality sensations. You know the big ones, right? And now I'm here to talk about my favorite show of all time. Okay, my favorite show that not a lot of people have seen.
Yeah. I don't know if I would call it my favorite show, but it is really fun and crazy. The cast is crazy. I can't imagine how much money they paid these people to be there, honestly.
Well, for me, the biggest thing was just, the fact that they sat down and decided to make this is just so absurd. Okay, so let me just jump right into it. So this show is called The Velvet Vow. It was a reality TV competition show. It was actually filmed last summer. But you might not have heard of it because no one has seen it. It is in the vaults. They locked it away. I got to see this because I know a person. So I think it's time that we unlock the vaults and excavate the Velvet Vow.
Exclusive! Exclusive.
Oh, man.
So it's called the Velvet Vow?
Yes,
Like,
that the Velvet Vow. I just love.
oh, like a promise.
Well, I just
Scarlet Letter, Velvet Vowel.
yeah, you're in the right headspace.
Velvet Vowel? You thought it was a vowel?
Well,
Okay, no.
I was like,
Vow.
gently. I don't know.
Wow.
And so what really lends the velvetness to the show is the fact that this is the first reality show with all LGBTQ identifying contestants.
Cast is insane.
Cute.
Yeah, so
I
much of the
A vowels.
and they're all made of velvet. And
Blue Jean Baby, watch out.
So, yeah, okay. Well, we got there are people in this cast that are like absolute legends, and then there's people that I'm like, why? Why was that person even there? I know you know who I'm talking about. Why JoJo Siwa? Other than just that it's a name, right? I just ugh.
Oh wow! Okay, so yes, this is JoJo Siwa. This is her second, well, not her second reality show. So she was on Celebrity Big Brother UK, and that really got her into the reality mindset. And so she filmed this right after that, and so it was really kind of like a vehicle for JoJo Siwa, because you remember she came out with Karma, and she invented gay pop, and so they were like, we're going to. They're going to do a whole reality show around JoJo Siwa. But then what happened in the Celebrity Big Brother house, if you don't know, you need to research this.
So you're saying the production had already had her contract to this big gay show, and then on the Celebrity Brother UK,
Yeah, no,
she decides
exactly.
to be less gay. So they're like already stuck with her. But in
Yeah.
a way, it gives them like good, fun villain to kind of have everybody play against.
Okay, so let me give you some back. Okay, I gotta go back. Give me a backstory. So what is this game about? So yeah, JoJo Siwa, she's just coming off Celebrity Big Brother UK, and if you know anything about Big Brother, it is a show where people live in a house and they are filmed 24/7, right? And so JoJo Siwa was in this, and she went into this house, and she invented gay pop. So if you remember that era, and then you know what? She fell in love with a man, and it did change her life, JoJo Siwa. And I respect everyone's ability to be fluid, right? Sexuality is fluid. Like, this stuff moves, and JoJo Siwa, that's that's besides the point. So they decided to put JoJo Siwa in a castle this time. So she was in a Celebrity Big Brother house, but like, we're gonna put you in a castle, but this time it's gonna be with LGBTQ people, and it's gonna be kind of like a mix of Traitors and Survivor and Yellow Jackets for some reason. They were like, okay, but you're actually also gonna do all your rituals outside. So you get to live in the castle, and like interact with each other. But
Way more
then
interesting if they had just killed each other.
well, that's kind of like the vibe of it. Like they like low key like don't want to like make it too scary, but yeah, no, they had to go in the woods and put on hoods and like really like what they put these contestants through like is probably the worst thing that I've ever seen. Worse than like Survivor, worse than the challenge, which is pretty bad. So yeah, no, I'm just Alex, I cannot wait for you to like really like be shocked by what they did to these people.
Okay, so some of my limits with I stopped watching reality TV a while ago because like the queer focused things were just like so much internal pressure for my poverty butt that it was not a great space. And then some of the stuff was just gross, like Fear Factor and like so is it like I'll just let you guys share. I'm just like
Oh yeah, no,
mixed.
exactly. I think they were totally trying to go for that like early 2000s vibe, which is like, the aesthetic, like we'll get into like the vibe of it, but so like we have two not teams but covens they called them, right? And so there was the Crimson Coven and then there was the Golden Cult. So Sarah, do you want to like you tell me who is on the Crimson Coven and then I'll go and I'll cover like Golden Cult people.
Man, okay. Oh yeah, the Crimson Coven was actually full of really like high key, high fashion people that you would know from like America's Next Top Model and Project Runway, Miss J. Alexander, Nyle DiMarco, Isis King. Those are all from America's Next Top Model. We have Christian Siriano, and we have New York, Tiffany Pollard. And then we have two kind of outliners that don't fit that. Well, actually, three. I almost forgot. So there is Marcellas, who played for Big Brother. Marcellas Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
And then, oh God, gotta give it up for my guy Yam Yam, who, if you guys had seen The Traitors recently, his vibe here is very similar. He, yeah, it carries on. He took some notes from whatever happened and carried it on to the next project for sure. And then Kirsten Kish is also part of this.
Oh yeah, no, that was so yeah. We got one like the Crimson. They're like the high fashion divas, like Model Inc. And then a Golden Cult. This is like your more just reality players. We have Parvati. She's from Survivor. So Parvati, I want you to know this person. I'm gonna make sure you remember Parvati. Remember, she is a 2-time winner of Survivor. She's a baddie. So I'm gonna let you know which characters you kind of need to watch out for.
Yeah,
so Parvati, we
absolutely.
love her. She's a Survivor legend. She's gone to the end so many times. Then we have our girl JoJo. Zeke is another contestant. He's from Survivor. And then we have Bob the Drag Queen, RuPaul's Drag Race. Adam Lambert, American Idol.
Okay.
Georges, also from Drag Race. And then we have Kaycee Clark, a Big Brother winner, and Gabby Wendy, who's a winner of Traitors. So this team is actually your reality like divas, your queens.
They're the
like,
winners, yeah.
Yeah, so
Judges versus contestants.
oh yeah, no, that's kind of like the vibe. Yeah, definitely judges versus contestants.
So it's Crimson and Golden.
Yeah, do you? I guess like just from hearing that, like, is there anyone that you think that who you're most interested in learning more about?
Okay, first off, I didn't really follow JoJo. I didn't know that was happening, so I kind of hope she fell in love with a woman. But New York, honestly, I love New York, and she is so she's sick. I love her. I love everything that she's done.
Yeah.
One thing that I think when we're talking about legend status and what kind of elevates people, I think it's important that you, Alex, are educated on the importance of Zeke Smith's journey. He was outed publicly at a Survivor, what they call a tribal council, which is like their elimination ceremony, as a trans man by a gay guy. And it's one of the most iconic moments. It never done before. Jeff Probst basically takes a public poll instead of like a secret anonymous vote, and they're like, "Do you want this guy on?" Everybody who was going to vote Jeff, who the guy that was that outed Zeke, And he's like, all right, bye. Like, then that never has happened again, never happened before, because he so blatantly outed Zeke.
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
They
It was
just tribally removed him. They
Jeff
removed me.
booted the guy that had outed him. And I think that is one of the legendary moments of queer TV. And I was excited to see Zeke back because he's a cool dude and wanted to see more of him. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just going like back to that moment, that was definitely a time when it was like that contestant definitely was using like gay queer solidarity against like only he picked up on it or knew and was like, you got a secret to tell her. So yeah, like that person is not in this show. So Zeke, welcome back, and I'm excited to see what you do.
The packing panic that I feel, I don't like. That's awful.
Yeah, that energy is definitely not welcome into the castle. So they move into their big, beautiful castle, and it kind of like just like starts immediately. Like we have what I really like about this is they get their cloaks, and so the crimson cloaks and the golden cloaks, and they're just like serving. They're like just like really into it. But then like I'll just kind of just be like the first episode, like, so we have Parvati, she's like already coming in. She's just like, I need to be the number one baddie. And she gets her alliance to go after and take out Gabby Wendy. Like first episode, like Parvati comes in as just like, I am the queen. So, yeah, no, I was really like not surprised by this move. I think Parvati, she won Survivor twice. Right. So when you win something twice, the third time you cannot miss, right? So I think she's coming in, establishing his, and like everyone was pissed.
Think the fear of like the type of game that Poverty plays, and the fear that like Gabby is just too likable, right? Like just an optimist and is gonna network with everybody, and Poverty is like, nope. She says she has a crazy quote when talking about Gabby that I couldn't get over. Like, hope is a beacon for predators or something. That's bonkers.
Oh yeah, because it was like during that challenge where it's just like because Parvati was like, I think blamed Gabby that they lost the challenge, and so like, you know, Gabby's like, come on guys, we gotta have hope, you know, because Gabby's gonna be like, come on guys, we gotta have hope.
Yeah, and Parvati, hope is a beacon for predators.
Like, what does that even mean? Like because like, but also like the vibes here are very like coven, like witches and spirits.
Parvati, of course, went full tilt into the vibe. Yeah,
and so like there are like
we were too low key on the witchy vibes here. I'm 100% in. I was like, women fighting women? No, I'm out.
Oh yeah.
Magic.
Well, that's why. So like, remember JoJo's Karma look? Like that was meant for this. Like when she had like the black makeup, it was just like, what are you doing? That was actually like promo for this.
That's.
And so like it gets full on into just like ritual and magic, and so yeah, like. Yeah, so like Parvati was just like, Gabby, you're gonna bring in like bad energy. Okay, the way you're talking, right? So
I did have this, but now that we're doing magic,
oh yeah, no, total like.
I will communicate with Isengard now.
Okay, so. So yeah, it's kind of like the Golden Cult. So this is like Bob the Drag Queen, Georges, Parvati, Zeke, right? JoJo is on this team, Adam Lambert. Like they lose the first two challenges in the first two episodes. So like, yeah, Parvati, like she immediately is like, Gabby is out. I'm, number one. And like this freaks Georges out. You know, Georges, she's a drag race girl.
I didn't before this, but not her game though. Like just not the vibe of it. Just did not seem to suit her from the jump.
And like Bob was like, he was there for Georges. So like, call me a Bob hater. Not anymore. After just the way that Bob was like going to town for Georges was just like, I gotta protect Georges. Like and Parvati was having none of it. Parvati was like, I'm a survivor. and I'm a better trader than you too. Because Parvati was definitely like coming in because both Bob and Parvati were on traders and they were traders, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so Parvati was totally like just like on one like this. I don't know what's going on with her like this season of television, but props to Bob because Bob was not backing down. Bob was like he was in that, you know. But no, they got rid of Georges next. Yeah.
Okay.
Parvati and Zeke, like so Zeke and Parvati are working together from Survivor, right?
Yeah, that's a natural alliance. So that made sense to me for sure.
Yeah, so our girl Georges is gone. So one drag queen left in the building. So
When did you guys watch this? I'm kind of
you know, like I said, like since it was a JoJo project, you know, like I was definitely able to kind of like use those networks to kind of see like, oh, is this what they aren't releasing this?
And
like,
he only had a +1. Sorry, Alex. There was no +2.
Yeah. But you know, I think the more that we talk about it, the more that there would be like a public campaign or pressure for them to release the director's cut, you know. Because yeah, no, definitely like if we're talking about the JoJo of it all, like she is not doing good in this show. Like it's already from the offset. Like she's on the outs. Like her tribe is losing. Or not her tribe, her coven. Her coven is losing. So she's actually like always up for. They're like, we're gonna sacrifice this one, like, because that's what they got to do. They're like, okay, which one of you are we? You know.
Yeah,
and
but actually, I mean, they do get their first win is what, episode 3, right? And then so we do see the other cult finally make it to the ritual.
Oh,
There's so many words. And we do see Miss J and Nyle from America's Next Top Model quickly bonding, and they formed like a. I don't know if they would call it a. Did they use the word final too? I don't know if they had that terminology, but they definitely had an alliance. And...
Oh yeah, well, like they like the producers were wanting them to like we're the catwalk pact, but like they did not. They're like no, but the producers are really trying to push this like, you know, we're in a brand like because they got it was natural. They came in like, you know, and just so this is like before the Top Model documentary came out, so they were already working on it. Like they were like this is like the beginning of that, so they had already kind of like reconnected, and that's how they got on the show together. And I don't think they were pre-gaming though. I think it was definitely like these are the cards we were dealt, but no, they were like, you know, they were in it. They were in there. They just that definitely that top model, like, and Isis is there. So like, and the thing is like, Isis thinks that she's part of it. Isis thinks that there is a top model alliance. Isis King, she's just like, okay, like we are going to the end. Wait till Tyra sees us now. And
that's
like,
awesome, actually. Underdog story happening. That's really fun. I'm excited to see it if it ever leaves the vault, I guess. Keep going.
Oh, and so no, we got the top model. So like the top model girlies are consolidating power, and at the same time we have Christian Siriano from Project Runway, winner, like top of his game right now, who is like coming in and is ready to lead. It is like wants to like establish rules of the coven, wants to like make our coven is different from their coven, right?
Yeah, he thinks he's like CEO basically, and that's not a thing in the woods, like, in the castle of the woods, in the castle of the woods.
Yeah, but Miss J was not going that. And Miss J, this is where like keep your eye on Miss J, okay? Because she was just like Christian's out, like just the way that she like controlled that like ritual ceremony with just like, you know, I was just like superstar moment right there for me. So yeah, that's
from out of the shadows of Tyra Banks. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Kick ass.
And so, okay, so next episode, Crimson Coven, they lose again. Okay, so this is JoJo's team. They lose again, and on this, is this right? Yeah.
Crimson Coven wins No, yeah, because episode 4 is the episode they vote out Adam.
Yeah, Adam Lambert is voted this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then like
What's he
Z
doing?
so Adam Lambert is trying to like form like this like superstar alliance with like Bob the drag queen and JoJo, where they're like, okay, we have Zeke and Parvati. They're the gamers. They're from Survivor. Like this is what they do. We're the superstars. We have to come together. But Little Miss JoJo, she's a flip flopper, and this is where like she has no alliance to nobody. She's back and forth. Yeah, JoJo's like, I'm a superstar, but I'm gonna do what I want, and so she joins along with Zeke and Parvati and Kaycee this reality show alliance this episode, and they give it to Adam Lambert, right? And so it's just like, what like. And the producers were just like, JoJo, what are you doing? Like, we gave you people, like, you got to get out the Big Brother contestant. What are you doing? Why are you getting rid, like, we gave you easy blood, JoJo. And JoJo's just like, Superstar's gone. I'm the best one. And so, yeah, no, this, and like, they even, like, the producers tried to, like, rig it to keep Adam around. It was a singing competition. And, like, and so, but the Coven still, like.
So, what are the competitions here? Okay, they do random competitions, but there's also like two groups. If they lose the competition, one of the groups has to lose somebody in their team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay, I'm on board.
Yeah. So and the competitions, they vary. Like it is very like.
Yeah, I think that's probably where production was like, oh, we don't really know what kind of show we are because the competitions are all over the place. Some of them have like a classic like survival like or survivor like endurance vibe where somebody's like their arm is chained up to a bucket of water, for example, and like the last person to drop their arm, like for their wins for their tribe. But this week was like a sing off or something. It was very confusing. I don't even know.
They had to like sing a code, and then they had to guess what their fellow player was saying. But the thing was like Adam Lambert has like perfect pitch, but Parvati was definitely just like, I didn't get it. Because they threw it. Like, that's the thing is you can throw your challenge so you can just get rid of people. And Adam Lambert was eliminated. So
I can see why this is. I hope it stays in the vault. Gays should not hurt gays. Keep going. Keep showing me.
Absolutely. Like, and that was what a producer. That is what a producer like. And so this again, like, not everyone had like seen Celebrity Big Brother UK. So like, JoJo was just coming out of this. It only aired in London or England, right? And so this is, everyone's kind of like, what? JoJo's like totally not doing what we need her to do.
Monster.
And so yeah, the next episode. This is where sadly we lose Isis from Next Top Model. This is where it was it was like a fashion model walk off where they had to like summon the energy spirits, and like these panels lit up and they were able to vote on like who was like
cool.
Witchy Couture. Very interesting.
Yeah, it was definitely like a Witchy Couture, right? And so like they do like they'll say like silly incantations even, and but Miss J thought this was the perfect time to send him Isis. Like Miss J is definitely like kind of leading this cult right now, and that's kind of like really disappointing in Kirsten Kish. She just kind of did nothing for me.
Yeah,
like just kind of just like letting like Miss J and Nyle like.
Yeah, for sure. There isn't a whole lot of
in charge.
There wasn't a whole lot of any big moves from her at all. I don't know. Maybe she was just overwhelmed.
Hey, I'm not hearing a lot about New York, so I'm assuming it was like an editor thing. Like they just didn't want to show you the cool stuff.
I will no, because like New York has like her big moment is like 3 episodes from now, but they're really kind of like they're sleeping on New York. Like that is like
I will say that New York is way tamer than I've seen her on any show, and in terms of like her like lashing out at people or anything. I just think that with it being a new product. I think there was a lot of just kind of like curiosity, and I'm guessing they paid these people pretty good money because like nobody's like hugely acting out just for the sake of being on TV. But
I think actually, like for New York, I think it was even like it was a little too spooky ooky for her. I think New York was definitely like, like I think they didn't really show. Like the thing is, like they didn't really show that, but just kind of like the rumor mill, like what New York was doing at this time, where New York was like, I made a mistake. I got to get out of here. There's witchcraft afoot, and everyone's like, what are you talking about, New York? And so like definitely thinking that was like around this time, where definitely spooky vibes on set the entire time. So I can understand the extra layer of just like, scared that people might have. It's okay. So we'll strap. So we have our two teams, the Crimson Coven and the Golden Cult. This is the penultimate episode before the covens merge into the Mega Coven, right? And so
the Mega Coven.
So now we have Parvati's team. They lose the big final ritual, sending them back to the Council of Shadows. That's kind of what they call this thing. And Parvati, again, is really into like just, backstabbing and betraying because sends Zeke home. So, right, we have this great survivor alliance.
What a classic Black Widow Parvati kind of out of nowhere blindside getting rid of Zeke. I wasn't prepared for that. It was
just like speaking of Black Widow, it was like kind of like disturbing how she like slit her throat like to like indicate when she voted for him. I was like, okay, you're getting a little too into this, Parvati.
Yeah.
Like what?
Terrifying.
And so definitely like you could just tell like everyone's like this game has gone a little too far. Like I don't know what was like. Again, I think there was just a little extra spooky ooky layer, and these were real witches at this point, but they're really leaning into that Yellow Jackets vibe. Remember, it was just like, why are they like in these huts? Like, what?
There's a castle.
And so they start to integrate going outside more. And I think that the producers are like fucking with them because it's like, oh, here's your nice castle, but we're going to go for a walk and the walk never ends. Mm-hmm. Right. And so that's when like these survivor instincts kick in where I think they probably, they start losing it around this time.
The Witch's Road. That's dope. Okay.
And so they're kind of like on these like warring like teams, they're in the woods, and this is when like the merge they bring them back together into the castle, and no longer are they competing covens. They are now one sacred coven. They are together again, and so these factions, these covens are merging, and Crimson, they enter in the with a 6-4 majority, right? Mm-hmm. So we have who's left on each one?
Nyle, Miss J, New York, Jam, Kirsten, Marcellas, and is that it?
Yeah. So basically the fashion coven, they are like queens of the ball. They get to call the shots. And this kind of episode, like for me, just sucked. Like Kaycee was just a sacrificial lamb from the beginning. Like even when like they had her dress up in that little white dress, like it was very apparent that the coven had decided that this is the one that we are sacrificing tonight. Like Kaycee deserved better, right?
Absolutely. And the production detail on the dress too, you could tell she was just kind of like uncomfortable too, which sucks, but I don't know. Maybe they would have put anybody in the dress. It wouldn't have mattered who it was. Whoever they decided was the lamb. Kaycee Clark, Big Brother 21?
Yeah. I think definitely that, like, I can understand why, like, it was a hyper feminine, like, and they talked to Kaycee about like what would you prefer to wear, but again I think it was like even the coven's choice, right? Because I think they really gave like the contestants so much control, right? And I think it was like made it a little nefarious even, and so this show got dark, but it comes back around, don't worry, like, because JoJo, like, JoJo, like, we're kind of like, it's JoJo's all over the place, and JoJo's always up for elimination, but like JoJo, like, low key, like, has some of like the most just like endearing moments. It's like, oh my god, JoJo, what? Like, you were put through it, and JoJo's like, nah, like, we got to do it this way. Like, she really stands up for people at times, and like her flip flopping, like, she's not gonna do something she doesn't want to do, and so I think, yeah, JoJo really, like, keep an eye on JoJo.
Young improvement, or I mean, young empowerment. That's great. And
So you were asking though, when does Miss New York do her Tiffany Pollard, I am New York kind of vibe? And yeah, I think this episode, I think the merge was too much for her. I think she felt kind of good with the people she was originally working with. And then when everything merged and there was like power dynamics and she didn't have the safety of the whole coven, I think she was like, I'm going to do my New York shit and just kind of lash out. And she starts getting into like verbal arguments, like even in the middle of the comp. I don't even remember the comp. Something about balancing something, but she's like,
they had like
yelling.
2 candles. They had to balance the candles.
Yeah.
Like, what am I, fucking Lumiere? And like that, like,
Yeah.
and that,
And
like,
she-
that, like, that is a
because
viral
she's-
moment.
Yeah, and because she's so pissed, she's messing up Marcellas's game, and so then Marcellas is like, "Knock it off! I'm trying to win," and she's yelling, and ultimately neither one of them win. I think who won that comp? Was it Yam Yam or somebody? But
No. This is the episode. No, Jam Jam did. Yeah.
yeah, and so then because of that, like, they go back and they're just fighting, and you know, Miss J doing Miss J things is like, no, I think she's got to go. If she's going to be this much of a mess and cause other people that have been working with me to lose competitions, she's gone.
Well, and I think, you know, just by like New York kind of, you know, she came from House of Villains where I think she could break the fourth wall more. But with this show, it's like a weird, like, they wanted the people to be in it all the time. And like, people like Miss J was in, like, and I think New York, like when she had her Lumiere comment, people were like, what are you doing making a reference to Disney? Like, we can't do that. And she was constantly doing that. She was constantly making like just content that they couldn't use because she wasn't like engaging with the game. And I think that's why like they had to get rid of her. I think New York was framed. I think New York was definitely
oh, you think it was a producer push? Yeah, I could see
I
that
think it was.
for sure.
I think it was. I think they put it like New York has standards, and so I think this
New
is
York
that
doesn't
breaking
need this
point.
witchy shit.
Yeah.
She's fine on her own. That makes
Okay,
me
so this is where like, okay, so we get off the New York episode, which is iconic, and then the next episode is just like iconography in the whole thing. And so part of this game is they eliminate each other, and like on Survivor there's an element called the hidden immunity idol, which is where if you find it you cannot be voted out, right?
Yeah.
And so this show had a similar one called the Gilded Antler. It's just like this little golden antler that while they were in the woods the producers would hide, and if you found it you were then safe, right? And so that's just know that, because what happens is Parvati is ready for her next blood. She's like, we're going after Miss J, because it's like they're the two queen mothers. Like, they are definitely running the show on their opposing alliances. Parvati, she came in. She's question.
Yeah. Did Miss J like wear heels most of the time, or were they like little like regular shoes for like walking? That's all I remember of Miss J.
I think she's a flats girly now, because
yeah. And so this
Fuck you, Tyra. I'm gonna wear what I want. I don't have to walk for anybody. I walk for myself. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Miss J was still like in high fashion always, like definitely always playing the part. So Parvati like rallies the troops, and Parvati gets JoJo, Bob, Marcellas, and Yam Yam to vote for Miss J, but they don't know that Miss J has the Gilded Antler, and she plays it. Her votes are negated, and then Parvati goes home. And so this like biggest move of the game, like Miss J saved herself, and she got out Parvati, who has done this to other people. This is Parvati's thing, is to have hidden immunity idols and be like, save herself. And so like this was poetic justice, like, and that's why like Survivor will not let this be seen because this totally like just dismantles this Queen of Survivor. She is outplayed by Miss J. Like outplayed. Like
Didn't see that one coming.
no one did. And so yeah. So wow, that was just
Wow. I hadn't even thought about maybe Paramount doesn't want it to air and that's the reason why it never went anywhere. But that is interesting, like how it affects the people who are reality TV legends who are likely to return to games again versus the people who probably just did this one random thing, right? So
oh yeah, no, you definitely this like storyline starts to like emerge where like, you know, okay, now Miss J is on top and like also it's like Nyle is like right there. Like it's definitely like there's now a king and queen. Like they take out Parvati and now there's a new kingdom. So it's like Miss J and Nyle DiMarco. And kind of from here for me, this is where I'm just like, you see a trajectory, right? And so they take out Yam Yam. So this is where the other survivor has to go. And Yam Yam just kind of like embarrasses himself. Also, like he just came off Traitors. Like he was like, it was Lisa. Like he like shouted Lisa's name at and so Yam Yam was like kind of like playing a little too dirty. And this is where JoJo, because JoJo went back. This is where JoJo joins Miss J.
constantly switching sides. JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa. But JoJo was, you know, like, it's karma. You know, that's what she said. And she voted out Yam Yam. And that's when I was just like, oh my gosh. Like, so yeah, JoJo has arrived into this.
Give space for the young queers. Goddess, give me space in my heart to make space for the younglings as they do their thing. They get their money and they find their pride and they find their circle. That's stressful. Okay, I'm on board. Keep going.
Okay, no, yeah, no, we're kind of just cooking through this. Because next, like, okay, so Bob, don't forget Bob the drag queen has been here the entire time. Wait, do you remember anything like Bob has done? Like,
I mean, earlier
after George's win, Bob
exactly. I think they were like hoping to build a bigger storyline between those two, and then it's like Bob was just like, oh well, I guess I'll just do whatever Poverty says until the end.
And so this like kind of like this episode again is another epic episode of television, almost too many times. Like, and so Miss J got 4 votes at the ritual, and Bob got 2. But guess what? Miss J had another gilded antler. She had 2 the entire time. So what's like, it's really like low key pathetic. Like the first time was like epic. This was just like, I'm so sorry. Like your check is denied, Bob. You're going home. Like it's like everyone was kind of just like, oh no, the queen strikes again. So vibes get like even like, because like Miss J, like you don't come for the queen. You best not miss. And for that to happen a second time, like
why are they voting her off?
Because they voted the coven voted Miss J out. So twice twice the coven has voted to evict or
at this
banish.
point she's gonna win. I mean, who has already played the game this good? They gotta try and
that's one of the parts of like reality competitions where I'm like, it is so weird. Okay.
Well, because remember they're all trying to win them for themselves. So this is at this time this was a $2.5 million prize. Okay, I think totally forgot to mention that. Like, and so like it was like really like kind of extreme that it was this much money. So I totally understand why these gamers were coming for blood, but like the celebrities, and so you kind of definitely see the celebrities are like, settle down, kids, and like the reality stars kind of get it handed to them. Yeah, I really think, and that's just really crazy.
Is this the last big thing that Miss J's done?
We're getting to the end game now, right? And so Miss J, for the second time, negates the coven's Velvet Vow by playing her gilded antler. So Bob the drag queen And so, honestly, these episodes, nice couple episodes for me, like low points, because we just got to get the floaters. We have Marcellas from Big Brother and Kirsten Kish. Yeah, no, it's
that's people that aren't heavily aligned with any of the like final people. It happens.
That's what that means. Okay.
Thing,
well, again, this episode is just about JoJo. This is just about JoJo because Marcellas tries to get JoJo to flip, being like, "You're a flip flopper. We got to get the models." And so this is definitely like everyone knows, like we have to go for Miss J or Nyle, and JoJo won't do it, and Kirsten is just down. Like, and so this is just Marcellas goes, and then the next episode, like. Honestly, Kirsten goes. It's back to back. These are kind of just like, you know, you get, but you do get like JoJo. Like, this is where the final three comes in, where JoJo's like, "I'm with you, Miss J and Nyle." So it's really kind of like, it's a little sweet moment. The three of them, like,
begrudgingly sweet, I suppose.
Oh yeah, no,
I already
that's
don't
the
trust
thing.
it.
No one, like, you don't want to like it. Like, you really don't. Like, the producers, you could tell that because they had to switch, like, the tone of it, especially after New York left. Like, they were, like, desperate for just, like, some, like, we can say it, like, ended well, right?
Damn.
Right. Okay, so we have the final three.
Okay.
Final three. And this challenge is crazy. They were like each locked in a room by themselves for like no one knows how long, right?
Yeah.
And then like they were just so it was really just,
we don't know.
like sensory deprivation. Like they were, like there was just these montages of them like having to face everything they've done in life and like but Miss J, she wins the final challenge. Of course, Miss J, like, she's untouchable, and she sends home JoJo, and is like, JoJo, I'm not taking you to the final vow, the final Velvet Vow. Sends JoJo. JoJo's pissed. JoJo is so pissed. Like,
I'm super nervous that there's going to be an episode where, like, more people come back that they voted off. I hate those episodes.
Well, the dance that JoJo does... Like, JoJo thinks she's, like, giving it. Like, she thinks she's, like, doing a curse with this dance. And it's, like, like, it's so visceral. Like, this dance she does. Like, but she was angry. So.
Interpretive dance and interpretive FU dance.
Yeah, like, it's going to be, like, once that TikTok dance drops, like, it's over. JoJo knows what she's doing, right? Like... And, she just kept saying, that's karma, baby. Like, that was kind of her catchphrase. Like, she had to say that.
Contractually obligated to show her saying
well, I think she thought maybe that was part of the game. I think she thought it was like, it's all about my karma. Like, I don't think she understood, like, the mechanics. But, so we have our final two, Miss J. Alexander and Nyle DiMarco. Okay, let's just, like, celebrate the fact that two, like, top model... on top.
Yeah,
top model.
That is pretty cool.
They did want to be on top, and they got there.
And just like their friendship through this, because I don't know if you know, but Nyle DiMarco is deaf, right? And so him and Miss J just really kind of like leaned on each other. Like it was just like a wholesome, just like friendship. They were definitely like, day one looked out for each other, and I think in a game of betrayal, like to see like that. Make it to the end, like,
yeah.
So, yeah, and
I mean, because who else would understand the trauma of what they went through, really, other than the two of them? I mean, I'm not saying that there isn't like stuff that's gone down on other reality TV shows and awkward moments, and people who are on Survivor have, sometimes, but I don't know. America's Next Top Model definitely put those two through some stuff, and I'm glad that they've come out on the other side, and I'm glad that they were friends through this process.
And like the rumor that I heard is that Tyra's lawyers did get involved and did ask to see an early cut, and they did have to take out some references to Tyra. So I don't know, like, because honestly that might be like the
are we gonna have to take some references out to Tyra?
We might. Hopefully not.
I hope so. Come get us.
But because I think there's definitely like, especially when in that the final challenge, when they're in that room facing all their past terrors, there's definitely things that gave me, was definitely Tyra. Like I was like, I think is that Tyra? Like, is that, like, they went there. Like, it was definitely like alluded to, but you could tell they could not outright say it.
I was rooting for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Just floating apparitions shouting, "We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you." I've never yelled at anybody
like this.
When my mother yells at me like this, it's because she loves me. Why do I have the whole thing memorized?
We're gonna get rid of that gap.
Just that on repeat, yes. So who do you think wins, Miss J or Nyle? What's your based on?
I like an underdog, so I'm gonna guess Nyle. But you guys, like, wait. What was the challenge? Was there a challenge, or were they just voting?
So it's a jury vote, and so like
I guess the final challenge, deliberation. The last challenge is that sensory apparition challenge, and Miss J won that. So Miss J won the last challenge. But since you're not a fan of reality TV show, the thing about when you form a jury of former contestants that you have to keep in mind is that some people are going to be bitter. The jury is made up of.
So it's from Zeke on. So when Zeke was eliminated, it's Zeke. Hold on. Yeah, Zeke, Tiffany, Parvati, Yam Yam, Bob the Drag Queen, JoJo Siwa, Kaycee Clark, Marcellas Reynolds, and Kirsten Kish. So the 9 most eliminated recently. And so there was the whole like, oh no, this is when like everybody came back for the jury deliberation. Mm-hmm. And so you could really see how everyone kind of like tears them apart.
I'm so glad the modern era of jury deliberation where it's like kind of tame and like kind of nice. This game was like, we're not having any of that. We're going to let them ask whatever they want to ask. We're going to let them rip these 2 final contestants apart. And they handled it with pose. They handled it with pose. They handled it with poise, honestly.
And pose.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I just, definitely Miss New York came to slay, but like in like a rare turn, like she was praising Miss J. Like you really like, I think New York definitely came at it with just like, this is all hail the antler queen. Read everyone else, like turned to the jury and was just like pointed out like how Miss J like just kicked their ass. Like it was just like she really called out JoJo and was just like, you flippity flopper, and just like, because JoJo was like going back and forth. Like,
That's so New York. That's so New York. I love New York.
It's just really iconic throwdown speech, and JoJo like takes it as a champ. JoJo like, that's where we kind of like get respect for JoJo, because JoJo could have like fought back, like spit back even like as like in past reality contestants, but
spit back in her mouth. Just pulled a pumpkin, just opened up reality TV
and so like that's really I think what the producers were trying to get out of like say like Tiffany and JoJo at times, because like
as you do.
Yeah. But who else was on that jury? For Nyle, like everyone was kind of just like, you were there, dude. You didn't really do too much. Definitely a muscle. Definitely a great guy. But when it came to like, Miss J played the 2 gilded antlers. Miss J found those in the woods. Like she had to like dig with her like fingernails in a tree, and like solve a riddle.
Nyle had won a few more comps, a couple more comps, but at the end of the day, and begrudgingly, there are some people like Kaycee Clark. Was definitely on the like, you got to give it to the comp beast. That's what matters, but.
And so it was really weird how they had to like the final like the way they revealed their vote is they had these like little vials, and so each person had them like prick their finger and like drop a drop of blood into a vial of either like
that's
Miss
awesome.
J or Nile. And so they were all really good sports about it because I think they're also like we have to finish the ritual to be free. Like we have to get a little bit of ourselves. And so
do you think it was just like you think it was real blood, or do you think it was just like a latex pocket? It's probably a latex pocket. I can't imagine that they would let the liability of actually bleeding.
Yeah, because it didn't really. Yeah, that's the thing. It wasn't like up close and extreme. It was definitely there was a little distance, and honestly, there was too much blood. Like
yeah. It wasn't like a flow. It was just like a.
Like I think Bob like gave us an extra squeeze. Even I was like, whoa, like.
I see that. I love that.
Yeah, in a 6-3 vote, drum roll please. The winner of the Velvet Vow season 1 is Miss J.
And so it's like just awesome. Like, she got votes from Bob the Drag Queen, JoJo, Yam, Parvati, New York, and Zeke.
Everyone just really like respected. Like New York was like, you are the new HBIC, and like that was just a cool moment where they let New York be the jury representative and officially crown Miss J. Like that was like put that in the Louvre. Like you're gonna love it. And then Nyle got votes from Kaycee, Marcellas, and Kirsten. Actually, low key. Like Booger Squad, like what he is doing, like
yeah.
So,
I mean,
like,
they wanted to play a different game. I don't think that they really were there to play the game that wound up getting played. I think they just wanted to play some fun little mini games and compete. And
that's me. I'm not on a Booger team.
Kaycee was not ready for the level of theatrics and drama. I don't think. For sure.
No, I think, and like it kind of just, it ended, and Miss J, I don't know, like if like she won that cash prize. I'm really hoping.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, who knows? We don't know if they ever paid out on it. Yeah.
They kind of wrapped this up immediately after like they crowned the winner. And so no one talks about it. Like I do know that like New York has been asked about it. JoJo is not acknowledging it. Down the list. It's kind of like almost like this like vow of secrecy, maybe like
the Velvet Vow.
It's a vow within a vow.
Might be a vow within a vow. So I mean, I know it's out there. I've seen it. Like I've seen the cut. It's really good. It's crazy. Like, you have any follow-up, any other questions, anything? Like, Sarah, yeah, what's your...
I mean, like, it's good. I don't know how we would convince anybody to get it released. I don't know if we start some type of secret campaign to get it out there in the world, but I don't even know if that would work.
Well, I think our viewers out there, leave something in the comments if you think that they should release that. I'm trying to think if there are any other fun facts from this show before we wrap it up.
I was surprised how quickly Gabby Wendy went home. I mean, somebody had to be the first.
Oh yeah, what could have been?
So like,
Christian Siriano out too soon. Like that was, I think, a big controversy. Definitely George's. But I think no one expected JoJo to kind of like again like be the scrappy underdog the entire season. I think any game show where Miss J comes out on top, I think is superior, and I really hope there's a sequel. So start fan casting your sequel.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really excited. I hope they do something because like I love I love New York. Tiffany Pollard is pretty awesome, and I'm not like following her or anything like that, but anytime that she pops up on my feed or my F1P, I'm like, we can all grow. We can all change. We can all rise to the moment and be spectacular. I'm surprised there wasn't more cool stuff from Bob.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't think reality TV is for them anymore. I could really get that vibe that where I'd say New York, like this is just adding to her iconography because she does have two moments that she has like enough. Like she has real.
She's
She
a
doesn't anymore.
star. Yeah.
But for Bob the drag queen, it was definitely like because they played traitors, and so I think that messed her up. And George is leaving, and it just not being fun, and then kind of being humiliated by Miss J. Like, yeah, no, Bob definitely like wouldn't even do get in drag some days. Wouldn't even get in drag. It was definitely like when Georges was there, they were twinning. Like that was really cute. But as soon as Georges left, it was kind of just like
Why
Bob
drag?
doesn't have a twin, you know, like so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Statement necklaces and black shirts again.
Yeah, definitely low key. But yeah, no. I hope redemption for everyone on this show. I hope they release the director's cut. I say.
What castle did they go to? Or was it just like a manor set?
I don't know.
It was like in Estonia, I think. Again, like this was kind of set up through like some of JoJo Siwa's connections that she made over when she was playing Celebrity Big Brother.
Fucking
And
vampire.
so, you know, definitely maybe a Balkan state, I'd say. And so that's where it's kind of just like, especially being in the woods, like I definitely like New York had this